All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our post-conference Zoom 2020. We just got back from an absolutely amazing weekend in Tampa, and I have no words. This is my 7th conference, you guys, and this was probably the most emotional conference for me. I feel like I've had a lot of conferences that have been super hyped, and then some conferences that were just kind of like, I don't know, like just good. This one was all of the things. It was exciting. It was great information. It was just such good diversity on stage. That was one of my favorite things is I feel like they didn't put like some picture perfect cookie cutter distributor on stage. I feel like they gave us all of the people and all of the stories and all of the demographics, and it was just phenomenal. There were so many things. So while we're letting people filter on, because we're going to get into some of the nitty gritty things that were shared at conference that you guys need to know moving forward with your business. But before we get into that, we're going to hear a story. We're going to hear a story or two. So let's see. I had told Crystal that I was going to put her off until the end, but I might actually have her start. Crystal, are you on and available? Are you home and settled?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just going through my notes too because there's just so much.
I know. Okay, so Crystal, tell everybody who you are and where you're from and how long you've been in the business.
Okay, I'm Crystal Arantia. I've been in the business for 1 year and a few months. This was my first conference. I got my Ruby back. I'm so excited. And I'm sorry, what was the other question?
No, that's it. Okay, so this was your first conference. So what were you expecting? Like what were you anticipating coming into conference?
I don't know what exactly I was expecting. I was definitely anxious and nervous. First of all, because I've never left my family. So that was a big thing for me. And I don't know, I guess I was expecting a fun time, which we had, but I wasn't expecting just so much, just genuinely like love and support. And I was just blown away by just the love of everybody that you don't like, you know them, but you know what I mean? Like you don't really know them. And it felt like we knew each other, for all of us, for years. And I loved that.
It's so strange because I had never met you in person, but I've been
Mm-hmm.
working with you for over a year and we see each other every day via Zoom or whatever. And like you said, like you meet these people and it's like you've been BFFs for
Yeah,
so many years.
yeah, I was blown away because like it's like you're fake, like they were saying that too. Like you think it's fake. You think these people are like, oh, they have like the best life. Like, oh my God, okay, they were born into that. They had that. No, but listening to everybody's stories, and I've heard them on the Zoom before, but just to be there and like take pictures with them, like with you and like Ashley Mayfield and with like the top people that you think that would be too busy or not want to talk to you, like even Chad and Jeree, like they were so personable and just friendly and genuine, and I don't really get that in real life all the time. So that really melted my heart the most.
Well, good. I know you were having to take Confianza like every day leading up to conference because you were terrified to get on the plane. And I was like, just have a glass of wine, take some Confianza, you'll be fine. But you got there and you had an amazing time. So tell me, like, what was one of your biggest takeaways? What was your biggest aha from conference?
um Well, I have a couple notes here. I don't know who said what. I just heard something and I wrote it down. And I was like, oh my God, I got to write this down. So somebody said, switch your how. How can I do this? Because, like, okay, when they announced the bonuses, which I kind of already knew, like, there was something big stirring. I always think that's the biggest thing. I always think, like, how am I going to do this? Like, of course, I'm a go-getter and I'm like, I'm going to do this. But then secretly in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Like, how am I going to do this? But they said, switch your how can I do this to why can't I? Why can't I have it? If everybody had these stories like mine, similar to mine, like, why can't I do it too? You already have what you need. You just have to live it out in action. So it's like already within us, and you guys supply us with all the tools and support. All we have to do is just take that first step and then another step. And so it's not so, I don't know anybody else who deals with anxiety and stuff like that, but if you look at it like that, it makes it so much easier.
Well, good. Well, awesome. Well, first conference, you went into it as a Ruby, immediately got your Ruby back, which is amazing. So
Yes.
where are you going now? What is your 90-day goal?
I'm going diamond, baby. I'm going to get that bonus.
Yes,
Like, I don't
you
know.
are, and beyond.
And beyond, yeah.
Good. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Crystal, as a newbie.
Yes, and thank you guys. Thank you everybody who I got to meet in person, everybody on this Zoom. You guys are amazing, and our relationships and our the love that you give is so much more than
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to mute Clara. You were unmuting yourself. She's having a conversation with somebody in the background. You're good. I muted you. Okay. Patty, I'm going to switch over to you for a minute because I'm going to give you a brief introduction, you guys. Patty was a distributor that I enrolled the month I went diamond. So she's been here as long as I have, pretty much. And we have been to the same amount of conferences. She's been to 7 conferences with me. Is this a good time or should I come back to you?
No, you're fine.
Okay, because I was wanting to kind of sandwich that with some compensation and business changes that came, and I was thinking that we could kind of bounce off of each other for that. But you guys, Patty is a diamond in this business. She has been here this was your 7th conference, just like mine, and you've been to a lot of different conferences, so you know what I'm talking about when I say they're all different. They all have a different vibe. So what was your past experience? Well, just talk about your experience with conference this time around, and what was some of your takeaways as a leader?
Well, I'll be honest. You can kind of tell. I don't know how familiar you guys are with personality colors, but this conference was very yellow to me, like compared to the other ones. And I'm super green, so I tend to do the eye roll with stuff like that. I just want the details. Like give me, spare the labor pains and give me the baby kind of thing. So, but what I did was I tend to kind of not be as open to different perspectives and different emotions when it comes to business. I'm very like black and white. And last year I worked on my spiritual side, which I've been far distanced from. And it's actually given me more peace and given me, I don't think it's increased my yellow, but it's given me more of I get warm fuzzies more than I used to. I get more connected than I used to. And so this conference was, of course, when they hit Friday morning with all the specs on the bonus and the shopping spree, I was like, done, check. Like I got all that. Perfect. And I was immediately like, okay, those are the only times I took notes is when they went over those things. But like trainings and stuff, I didn't take notes because I was doing the lives. But I felt like they're always valuable. And I went to, sorry, that's my robot vacuum deciding to work right now. I don't know what just happened. But I've always gone to conferences, whether I was actually actively working my business or not, because I don't know if you guys know, I didn't work my business probably the first almost 2 years I was in. I was just selling wraps like a drug dealer to pay for my divorce. So I didn't really get involved, but something told me to go every single conference. Like I literally went to every green carpet and every conference. And it's not a cheap thing, especially if it's out of town. And I invested that money in. Every time there was some value, I took some value, but I really feel like this conference, I got the most value from. And I don't know if it's going to be like, because they're getting better at conferences, I'm going to say that every year, or if this was the one that that just hit me. And first of all, I'm kind of a little bit dead inside. I don't cry at a lot of these events. Okay. My sidelines were like, what's going on with Patty? Because I was like a slob on Saturday. Like it was ridiculous. And I don't know why. Like I just felt very overcome, not overwhelmed, just overcome. Like a lot of things came to me that I never thought of. Like when we did the the visualization of your perfect life.
Mhm.
I'm very driven by money, very driven by money.
Mhm.
And my perfect life didn't involve any money. And it like, I don't know if I was crying because it didn't have money in it, or if I was crying because I was like so like in love with the vision. I don't know. It was like a lot of stuff. But I just was really blown away by it. And let me just tell you, the part that said, I think it was Alyssa Wilbur's panel, maybe, that talked about the mountaintop. I can't remember who said it, but
I think
I
that
am
was
a perfect
Jade
example of
and
someone. Was it
Jade,
Jade in them?
Jade and Ashley and Carrie. I think that was their panel.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the best movie.
Yeah, no, I can't remember either. I wasn't taking notes. I was just like doing the lives. And I'm a perfect example of someone who's been climbing the same mountain. And I've always thought it was a new mountain. I always thought it was, oh my gosh, a new thing is happening. Oh my gosh, another new challenge, another new piece of drama. No, this is the same mountain. You're just hitting different summits each time. Like mountains are not completely smooth. You have to go up and up and up, and it's like a stairs. So that really hit me. And the other thing was, we tend to say we're rebuilding our teams and we're rebuilding, and it really is just, you're always building. So you can't think of it as rebuilding. When you're always building, all you're doing is refreshing. If you're changing your chart, that's fine, but your team is just always bringing in. You're always bringing in. There's no such thing as rebuilding. We feel like that because I think our mindset is like it's falling apart.
Mhm.
When it's really not falling apart, it's just evolving, and we just have to keep doing the job. The job is to constantly enroll distributors, constantly enroll customers, obviously work with those people the way we're supposed to. And sometimes it doesn't matter and they leave, and sometimes they stay. And that's really just the job. And it was just like, boom, done. I heard you.
Yeah, I was just looking at my notes on that, and it was the imposter syndrome panel with Ashley
Mm-hmm.
Sinclair and Jade Hooper and Carrie Young, and they walked out, and I was like, "You put my 3 most favorite people in the whole world on one panel. Like, we could just end conference right now." Like it was, but that panel was so good, and like you guys, one of the things that Patty was talking about is they were talking about the one-hit wonder syndrome, and I know all my diamonds who are on here. You all, we've had this conversation. We have all felt that. We have all felt that one-hit wonder syndrome. We always wonder, well, we did it once, can we do it again? It's been so long. I've changed. I'm older, whatever. Like, can we do it again? And they talked about, you're not doing it again. You're doing it still. You signed up for
Mm-hmm.
something. You're not doing this again. You're doing it still. And you're not climbing a new mountain like Patty was talking about. You're climbing the same mountain. You just hit a plateau. You hit base camp. Now it's time to move on. Find another base camp, right? You go up the mountain, you find another base camp, you recollect yourself, and you keep climbing. And it's like, I feel so often because our job is to put people into the computer. And at some point in time, for whatever reason, we get to a point in our business and we just stop putting people into the computer. And then we're like, well, my mountain just crumbled. And it's like, well, you stopped building, you stopped climbing your way up, right? And so I thought that was so good. It's like, pack your stuff up and keep climbing. It's time to get out of that base camp. I thought that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somebody else is going to talk about that. But is there anything else you want to share about that? Like just about anything, like even about your vision of your perfect life or anything? Like, because what Mark asked us to do is he said, take a moment to envision your perfect life with more. Like not just your perfect life. He said, take a moment to envision your perfect life with more. And then he said, what does that look like? And he had all of us close our eyes and it was literally just 60 seconds. And it was like, you didn't have them. It was like, whatever just popped into your mind. Like, I don't know if you want to share that or not. But you can, if you want to. And it was just, I know every single person I talked to got something so drastically different.
Well, I probably can't talk about it because I'll cry again. And I don't want to do that. But I will say that 60 seconds felt like an hour. I don't know if you guys felt that. It felt really, really long. And I don't know why. And that also hit me because I was like, it wasn't that long. I mean, it was a few minutes that he was talking and kind of explaining what we should be doing. And then he gave us a moment to have that thought. And it was like immediately, I mean, I couldn't see anybody who was not crying. And I feel that is so important because I think that what we believe our vision and our perfect life is, like, consciously, I think subconsciously there's another level that we don't even hit because we're always going, going, going. And it's just one of those, here we go, sorry. It's just one of those things where you don't even comprehend it until you're given this moment. And then it almost shifts your thinking for the conscious vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about it. Like, on my dream board, I have all these like vacations and my new car and debt free and all this other stuff. And none of that was in my vision, even though that's wonderful. I'm not forgetting that, but I feel like I need to put my vision on that board, my subconscious vision, that I've been so busy working on those parts that I forgot about these parts that were in there that I didn't even see.
I feel like we unpacked a lot. We just unpacked a lot at this conference. It was so good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ripped off the Band-Aid.
I know, really. So, okay, we're going to get into some of the nitty gritty things that you guys need to take notes on, things that have changed that Patty's going to actually help me go through because she is the greenest person you will ever meet in the world. And if you have any questions about any ingredients or what a document says, she's your girl. Just going to throw that out there. So don't blow up her inbox, but you're welcome. So we had some really, really huge changes. Now, we had an amazing compensation plan in that every time you enroll a customer and you move that customer, you don't lose the 5% enroller bonus. Meaning that when you personally enroll a customer now and you keep that customer, you make 15%. Well, let's say you enroll a customer and you move that person to somebody directly underneath you in order to get a fast start bonus or fill volume for promotion or whatever, right? Well, then now you would only be getting paid 10%. Well, now, because you're maintaining that 5% enroller bonus, you're still maintaining 15%. Now, let's say you move that customer 5 levels below you, where you're only getting paid 5%, you're still going to make the 5% plus the 5% enroller bonus, meaning we're just making more money all around on our loyal customers. Amazing. Okay. So did I miss anything on the extra 5%, Patty?
Nope. Perfect.
Okay. So the other big thing that is new is your new distributors. Obviously, the new distributor BBK, the Business Builder Kit, has changed. It no longer has wraps, keto coffee, collagen, keto energy, greens, all of the things. It now has, sorry, where's my note? It now has 7 3-pack samples of the Skinny Brew. Okay. We're not doing keto coffee in there. We're not doing the key. We're not doing salted caramel. We're literally just doing the Skinny Brew. And that is because aside from water, coffee is the #1 most consumed beverage in the entire world, which is really cool for the company because as we continue to grow globally, coffee is the same in every language. People understand coffee. You don't have to explain coffee. People want to lose weight. They want more energy. They love their coffee. So you've got the Skinny Brew. So you're going to get 7 3-pack samples of the Skinny Brew. And so it's so simple to just, when you're blitzing, to go up to somebody and be like, hey, have you tried the Skinny Brew? I love the way that that sounds, because not to just say skinny coffee or to say, black brew or black coffee or whatever, but to say Skinny Brew. It's just so, like, I don't know. It's trendy. It sounds like kind of bougie. I don't know. Like, it just sounds like something that people are going to want. And you can not only sell those, but you can use them. And the idea is to get people 3 days worth, because they say, I haven't tried it for 3 days yet. I don't have mine yet. They say after you've had it for 3 days, you're totally hooked. Even people who don't really necessarily like black coffee. I would be one of those people, but I'm totally willing to try it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna throw some heavy cream in mine, but we'll figure it out. So either way, if you have people that are like, I want to be a distributor, but I really don't like coffee, it's a really good opportunity to upsell them to a larger kit. Okay, so have them look at those other kit options because they're going to make the money off of the sample packs anyway. But they, if they're wanting to try some other things, then have them either order something different, but I would have them get a bigger kit. So let's talk about mailing samples for just a second, because I know some people had some questions on that. Okay, so first of all, for mailing samples, you are going to get one for $8, meaning 1 3-pack for $8, right? Did I say that right? One for $8.
Yes, it's
five
one for
$30.
$8. You get 1 3-day sample.
1 3-day sample, or 5 for
Yeah.
$30. So you either get like 1 3-day sample for $8, or you get 5 3-day samples for $30, which takes it down. The price is $2 per sample. Now you're not going to sell it for $2, right? You're going to sell it for a minimum of $15. Some people are selling it for $20. I can't personally wrap my brain around selling 3 samples of black coffee for $20. Just not me. I'm going to do it for 15, which is fine. But what we want to do is, if you are able to buy it in bulk, do the 5 for $30 instead of the 1 for $8, you're going to make a lot more money when you sell your samples. Like I said, you're going to charge $5 per sample minimum, and you're going to do the 3 for 15, because people need to try it for 3 days. Now the cool thing, so this is how you go through that process. One, you're going to buy the credits. Well, okay, you need to download the app. If you guys haven't downloaded the app, and you go to the App Store and you just type in It Works, it's going to be, hold on, I just opened that. I didn't want to open it. I just want to show you guys the picture. It's just going to be the IW sample. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's right there. If you just type in It Works, it'll say IW sample. Download that app. You're going to purchase your sample credits through the app. So you're going to buy your credits. That's the first thing. Don't mail anything out before people have paid you. We've already had people make this mistake, where they thought that when the person requested, like if somebody goes onto your website and requests samples, that they've already collected the money. That doesn't happen. You personally have to collect the money through Facebook Cash, through Venmo, through PayPal, through Cash, whatever. So you buy the credits, then you collect the money, then you go into the app and you enter the person's info, and It Works is going to ship them the samples, and you don't have to pay for shipping. I think this is so huge, because I spend so much money shipping samples out. 1 packet of keto coffee, if it's put as a parcel, costs $3 just to ship it. So you're losing money on all of these samples. So I think that is so good. Patty, what else? What else about samples?
Okay, so a couple things. Obviously the Skinny Brew is black. It does not have the grass-fed butter, any of that stuff. It's like a black coffee. It has nootropics. I don't know if you guys have looked that up. Nootropics actually make you smarter. So you can tell somebody they're getting smarter and skinnier by drinking our coffee. I actually talked to somebody today and I said, hey, have you tried Starbucks new Skinny Brew? And they're like, no, I haven't. I was like, because they don't have it, but I do. And they were like, what? And so I was like, here you go, bam. The other thing is, you guys, the Skinny Brew has chromium in it. So chromium is a natural way to balance blood sugar, even though we don't make that claim on the Skinny Brew. So if you have somebody who's diabetic, you can mention that chromium has been clinically proven to help with blood sugar. We haven't been able to say that about our coffee, but it does contain this ingredient. Now with sampling, it's basically you need their name, their email address, their phone number, and their mailing address. That's the information you need. If you go to your actual Connect app and hit send sample, it will direct you to download the sampling app. So if you don't find it in the store, you can actually go through Connect to get it. And if you go into Connect to hit send sample, it brings you to that app. It basically links together. So you don't have to go separately to the sampling app to do it. You can do it through Connect. What I did for mine is I actually went in my Connect app and put them as contacts. Then I went ahead, when I went to send the sample, it was already in there. I could just pick an existing contact. I didn't have to like do it manually for the actual sampling sending thing. But yes, definitely collect your money first. Definitely collect your money first. I've had a few people say that when they sent it, it took more than one of their credits away for one person. All you have to do is send a support ticket for that. So.
And there's lots of glitches that are going to be getting worked out over the next couple of weeks. So as you're navigating through the new eSuite archiving, tree viewer, this new, like anytime we roll out something new, it's going to take a little bit to get the kinks out. So if there's anything that happens, just submit a support ticket. You all know if the support ticket comes back with the wrong answer where they say, we can't help you, send me an email. I'll get it taken care of. Okay. But I
Wait,
love,
one last thing.
yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. One last thing. You guys, the only way to get physical, like in your hand, okay, your BBK is 3 in person of the cards with the 3 samples and 4 digital. It's not 7 in your hand, it's 3 and 4. If you want to get more of the in your hands ones, that's your product rewards. There's nowhere right now on the website you can actually get the physical ones. You can only get the credits, like she just typed in the business tools section. The only way to get physical ones right now is through product rewards. I don't know if that's going to change,
So,
just because they're working through it. But
yeah, that's the cool thing. So the product rewards is going to give you, for $19, you're going to get 4 of the 3 packs of the Skinny Brew, which means 4 times $15. You guys, is that $60? I'm not good at math. $60.
yeah.
So you just spent 19 and you can sell it for 60. That's the same thing as selling your Keto Coffee Cash. But they come in a little 3-pack sample, which I think is just brilliant. So that's great. Love it. Okay, now let's talk about
I'd
new
be interested to find out the postage on it.
Yes. Let's talk about new distributors, because something else changed with when you're enrolling new distributors. So as of right now, new distributors who enroll, when they sign 2 customers, their first 2 customers, you earn $50. So you're going to get fast start bonuses in increments, not all at one time, but in increments as you help your new distributor succeed. Say that again. As you help your new distributor succeed. This does not mean you can enroll customers and place them under your new distributor. This means you actually have to train your new distributor. I love this because I feel like so many people, not on our team, but company-wide, a lot of people mass enroll, and all they do is just leave their people and collect a fast start. That's not what we're here to do. It gives the company a bad name. It gives the industry a bad name. We're here to take care of our people. We're here to mentor them for absolute best success. So what we're going to do is we're going to get distributors signed up, and we are going to coach them to make their hundreds list, to start talking to people, to do hostables, to get parties started, to do calls with them, all of the things that are going to help them be successful, right? When they get their first 2 customers enrolled on their website, you as the enroller are going to get a $50 bonus. When they get their second 2, meaning they have 4, you're going to get another $50. And when they get their first 6, you are going to get another $50. So meaning they enroll 6 people in their first 30 days on their website, you get $150 in fast starts. You just started making a lot more money, which is amazing. Okay, now, what if you have those people that are like, they sign up and they go MIA the next day? Because that happens, right? Okay, well, this is your answer. You can still enroll your customers on their website. That's the way around that. Go to their website, enroll your customers. When you do that, you're forfeiting your 5% from that customer, okay? So just keep that in mind. However, you're earning your you're earning your 50, your 100, or your $150 in fast starts. The other thing is, as leaders, diamonds, where my diamonds at? Give me a hands up. You guys, you can still earn your cabs if you move customers, but you won't get your fast starts. Okay, so what that means is if you're a diamond, and those of you who don't know what I'm talking about yet, you will, and you need to go diamond ASAP, because when you start getting paid as a diamond, you start getting paid just pretend you're a diamond, and every single person that your team enrolls underneath you, they get $100 and you get 80. Okay, you didn't enroll the distributor and you're still making 80. Okay, so if your team enrolls 10 distributors, you just made $800. Okay, just do that. So go diamond. You're going to want to go diamond. So that's called a cab. So if you enroll a distributor and they don't get fast start qualified, but you slide 2 customers underneath them, you're not going to get the fast start, but you will get the cab. Okay, so but ultimately we want all of the things. We want the cabs and we want the fast starts, and then they're going to get the shopping spree, so everybody wins. Okay, so I'm sure that as the weeks and months go on, we're going to work out some kinks for this, but just to be aware, FYI. Okay, anything on that we need to go over?
Yes. One thing that I have seen too many distributors do is not make sure that their new distributor and themselves are commission qualified. If you guys are not commission qualified, like, if your distributor that's enrolling these people is not commission qualified, an 80 BV auto ship or 150 PBV, you will not get your fast start bonus. So it's really important to start from the beginning, make sure they have their 80 BV auto ship scheduled, ready to go. That tends to be enough. But when I read the actual I don't know what you call it, the rules, whatever, it said it had to be processed, not just scheduled. So
Correct.
I'm not sure how strict they are with that. I just know in the past, if they had that 80 BV auto ship scheduled, and within that scheduled period, if it hadn't processed yet, but they got there for customers and they got their shopping spree, you got the fast start bonus, and then they were able to make changes later. I don't know if that's going to apply now, but for right now, you want to just have it in your head that they have to be fast start or commission qualified. And this is why also, I don't know if you read this either. If, let's say we have somebody who enrolls 6 customers by themselves, okay? They're commission qualified. They get their shopping spree. You get all your fast start bonuses. If any of those 6 don't continue the loyal customer agreement and fulfill it, they have to replace it within 14 days of that happening, or they will have to pay back the shopping spree.
And that customer has to be a minimum 25 BV. So
yes, and if it drops below 25 BV, yep.
Right, which is, it makes sense. They don't want people like enrolling their dog as a customer, right? We want real customers that are going to be using the products, and people have done that. I'm not kidding. I've seen it done. So like, we want real customers. So you as personally, as a distributor, and you as a sponsor need to make sure that as your people are getting their customers, that those customers are following through, that they're completing their loyal customer agreement, that they're ordering the minimum 25 BV. And yeah, that's huge. I love the new steps to success that they gave us. The other thing that's really important regarding the 6 customers is for these bonuses, same thing applies. Everybody needs, you personally need to keep 6 loyal customers, 25 BV minimum, that have completed their loyal customer agreement this year. And because it's 6, and because I'm anticipating that some people will not do that, I want you to set that goal to 10. I want you guys all to keep 10. Now, what I recommend is keep the little ones. Keep the hair, skin, and nails, keep the probiotics, move your big ones, right? Move your big orders for promotions and things like that. Keep your little BV customers. That way, you know, but like I said, give yourself some padding there. So 8 to 10 would be the number that I want you to keep.
I just wanted to point out really quickly, you guys, the steps to success form, an easy way to make sure that you're tracking at least your 6 every time, or however many you end up, because I end up writing other numbers on here, but I always put their name, their BV in parentheses, and the date that they enrolled. So I know, plus I have the reminders on Facebook. So your new distributors, when they're doing these enrollments, if they have that handy on a form that they can refer to each month when they do the check-in, and make sure that they go and look at their tree viewer and that BV is still good and something's still scheduled, like they can use that as like a frame of reference for at least the next 2 months, so they can get through that loyal customer agreement and make sure everything is 25 BV and everybody's following the agreement. And that, you know, this also includes credit card declines.
I want to show you guys something. Can you see this? Can you see that at all?
Kind of. It looks like a rainbow, but yeah.
Okay. This is a monthly DT tracker. Okay. I love this because at the top it says new DTs month of, insert your month, and then you're going to write down your goal. But then it has 1 through 30. Okay. If you enroll more than 30 distributors, you get a high 5 gold star. Use another sheet. But it has the date, the name, the ID number, the placement. Then it has loyal customer 1 BV, loyal customer 2 BV, loyal customer 3, 4, 5 BV. Fast start qualified, commission qualified. So there's a box to check for those things. So you literally can track as your new distributors are enrolling their customers all in one line. Are they set up? Are they good? Okay. So I will post this in, I'm going to put this in the documents. I'm totally revamping the team page. You guys know that. This will be one of the many things that I'm going to add into a folder that's a resource for you so you can print it out. And I mean, just keep your It Works folder with you at all times. It's awesome. Okay. Anything else on that, Patty?
The only other thing I would mention is if you have any distributors that use Klarna to become distributors, one of the steps you have to do immediately is make sure that they change their form of payment in their eSuite, because their auto ship and their website, all of that will be declined immediately when it runs, which means that you may lose your bonus because of it, because they won't be commission qualified if their auto ship is declined. So you want to make sure that that form of payment is immediately changed. You guys are going to work together on the scheduling, so you can pick a day that works for them for it to run. It doesn't have to be the date that you were given based on when they started, but it's really, really important to remember that with Klarna.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of Klarna just in general, like just not. I'm like $69, $99, like go clean a house, right? Go sell some stuff. Like let's come up with the money generically. But you know, it just because of things like that. But what was I just going to say? My brain just stopped working. Oh, I know what I was going to say.
We were talking about credit card fines.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody asked about being commission qualified and processing an auto ship just by the 25th. Listen, we all need to be running our auto ship the very first week of the month, the first 5 days. Okay. Now, if you sign up the first week of the month and you're running your auto ship, like if you sign up the first week of the month, I want your auto ship to run the first of the next month. Okay. We all need to be running our auto ship on the first, between the first and the third of the month. Like, so just try to make that a thing for yourself. And then as you're enrolling distributors, if you have a distributor that enrolls the last week of the month, well, instead of having them run their auto ship that first week of the next month, because obviously that's right after they get started, set it up to the third week. And then the next month, set it up to the second week. And then the following month, set it up to the first week. So ultimately, after just a few months, they're running their auto ship on the first of the month, because that is when we should be getting ourselves commission qualified, is the very first day of the month, every single month. And I want you guys to train your team to do that. That way, people are not going to be missing out on fast start bonuses. They're not going to be missing out on being commission qualified. None of that. They're just going to be done, taken care of. If there's a credit card decline, we'll get it taken care of right away. Does that make sense? Yeah. And if you have a day in mind where you're like, this is when I get my money, right? Like this is when I get my money. The 9th, I'm totally cool with that. If it was the 25th, I'd say save that money and fix it the next month. You know what I mean? So like figure out how to change that so that you can bump it up. So just kind of move some finances, put some things away for a few minutes, and just figure it out. Okay. Anything else compensation wise that we need to cover? You guys, obviously there's some huge bonuses. If you've been living under a rock, we have huge bonuses available right now. $15,000 for going diamond. Oh, let's talk about this. Okay. Obviously all of you as existing distributors have until the end of March. The end of March to earn a $15,000 bonus. Okay. When you go diamond. You have the ability to earn a $15,000 bonus when you go double diamond, and these can be stacked. And so you can go double, you can go diamond, you can go double, you can go triple, presidential, ambassador. You can stack all of these bonuses on top of each other and make a whole lot of money. So what is probably going to happen is March 31st is going to hit, and you're going to earn a $15,000 bonus, and then they're going to extend the bonuses, and then you're going to go double, and you're going to get another $15,000 bonus, and you will have just made $30,000. Do not stop building when you get to diamond. Do not stop building when you get to double, because what happens if they extend the bonus and extend the bonus and extend the bonus and you stop working, and now you're just getting a diamond bonus instead of a double and a triple bonus, right? Okay, so we keep building, we keep working. So that's coming, but this is really important for your prospects. Your prospects have 3 calendar months to earn these bonuses, which means anybody who enrolls after the first of the month, it's February 4th right now. Somebody enrolls today, they have February as a free month to earn that bonus. So they have all of February now free, and then they have March, April, and May. They basically have 4 months to earn the same $15,000 bonus. You guys, I did this when I first started. I joined February 20th. There was a $10,000 bonus on the line. So I had 8 free days. Okay. So I had a free week. I went executive in that week. And then I went Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. Well, I skipped Emerald, but I went Ruby, Diamond, and then got a $10,000 bonus in 3 months and 8 days. Okay? If I can get a $10,000 bonus in 3 months and 8 days, your prospects can get a $15,000 bonus in 4 months. Okay? So use this as a recruiting tool. We need to be so loud about getting these bonuses. Okay, doubles $20,000. I'm so sorry. Doubles 20, triple, and presidential and ambassador are all 35, I think. I don't know. It's money. I just know it's money and I'm working towards it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to complain when they put the money in my account. Anyway, 30, not 35. I need to look at the graphic. I don't know. There was a lot of information downloaded at my Brain It conference and I'm like still processing through. But you need to have those 8 to 10 loyal customers, right, that you personally keep. So 6, but 8 to 10. And you need to be promoting this like crazy. When Patty and I first started back in the day, we talked about this $10,000 bonus like it was going out of style. That was all we talked about. Well, that was all I talked about. She was just dealing wraps like drugs. But that was all I talked about. And everybody wanted the opportunity to get that. And so we just talked about it. So talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it on your stories, go live, post about it, talk about this $15,000 bonus every single day. Inbox people, let them know it's available, ask them if they want more information. And they have 3 calendar months. The only other thing that I want to hit on before we talk to some other ladies really quickly about conference, because I can't wait to hear from them, is your bonus payout. You will not receive, and you guys, I just want you to read your document library, but you don't receive your bonus payout the first month. You will receive a double bonus payout the second month that you maintain your rank. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about it right now because it's not important. You guys need to go read your document library, but I don't want anybody to have any surprises. So I want you guys all to go find that document and read it. Okay. So we're going to talk to a couple more ladies who are just phenomenal. We're going to talk to Tamika first. This was her very first event. And Tamika, I'm just going to introduce you really quick. Unmuted you, but you guys, when I talked to Tamika in December, she wasn't sure if she still wanted to be a part of the business. She was like, I'm thinking about quitting. I just don't know. And I was like, you know what? Like, just let's try, right? It's a new year, fresh start. Let's give it a go. Let's just see what happens. And let's get you to conference. Okay, so Tamika, hi. Can you tell everybody, like, first of all, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in the business, and what was going through your head in December?
So I'm Tamika. I'm from Colorado. I have been in the business, not a year yet. It'll be a year at the end of March. But I'm gonna cry. In the week of Thanksgiving, my goddaughter came to live with us, and it was just so stressful to have another body in the house. And then I feel like I didn't give up on the business because I never thought that it wouldn't work. I was just giving up on myself because I just kept finding myself with every excuse in the book. Like, I have this to do. I work this many hours a week. I was just tired. And then in December, well, I knew I was going to go to conference because when Mark announced Margaritaville, and then you get the points, and then you get the discount on the tickets and everything. So I took full advantage of the discounts and everything. But then when December came, I was like, oh, I don't even know if I'm going to go. I literally waited until the very last minute to buy my tickets, my plane tickets. And then I don't know. I was working kind of just to keep up with the loyal customers that I already had, and then I was still doing personal development every single day, and I was just like, okay. And then I was like, I know what's going on, and me and Yvette had this conversation. I was like, I am not ready to be a leader. I'm just not. I have not signed DTs. The 2 that I signed were not working, and then I signed Sammy up under me just so he could get a cheaper ticket, and then I could get the points for Margaritaville. So, and he wasn't going to work. So it was just on me. And I normally do that. I put everything on my shoulders and I'm going to build my own team. And it just wasn't happening. And I would get on the Sunday night calls, I would get on Zooms, or I would rewatch them, and everybody would, all of the top leaders are like, you need to be at conference. You have to be at conference. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to go to conference, and if things don't change by then I'm done and I'm out. And then I went to conference, and like you said, like I cried all day Saturday. Like everything made me cry. My eyes were swelling. The pictures with Jury and Chad were like, God, I cried so much. But it's just that it just opened my eyes that this is just so much bigger than me and all of my problems. Everybody has problems, but this is a way to get out of them or get away from them and fix it. So I'm all in. And a $15,000 diamond bonus, and I literally on my mirror right here have double diamond written. And so when I seen those bonus comes out, I was like, I'm going to be a double diamond, and I'm going to get those bonuses. I have to. And it was just an eye opener. I can't even imagine if I would have quit and not gone to conference and wasted all of that money, I would be kicking myself in the ass pretty much. It was horrible.
That's so good. No, that's so good. Okay, really quick, leave us with your favorite nugget from conference.
I'm just always going to say when we had our eyes closed and he asked us to talk or to think about our more, my more is my babies. Like, I just want to be with my kids. I'm going to cry again because it's just so powerful. Like, I hate leaving my son every morning to go to work, and I never had to do that with my girls. And I have just gotten myself in such a debt hole that I cannot stop working. And if this will help me get home with my baby so I can raise him, I'm going to do everything that I can.
That's so good. That's so good. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful that you didn't quit on yourself.
Thank you.
You are going double diamond.
I know.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Let me just look. We're going to talk to, okay. I'm going to pull somebody on here who wasn't supposed to be on here, and then I'm going to pull my last guest on. But Stephanie Spencer, I saw you on here, and I know I had asked you to be on here, and you weren't going to be able to. So can we talk to you for just a second?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Okay, so super quick because we don't have a ton of time, but I really wanted to talk to you because you have been around for some years. You guys, Stephanie Spencer is a double diamond. She's absolutely amazing. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you need to. And I just wanted to hear kind of like, what was your previous conference experience, and then what was like tell us about this year. Tell me your aha. Again, been in the business for a minute, and you're a leader. Like, what was your biggest takeaway?
So I've been in the business, it'll be 5 years in April. And if I sound like a man to you guys, it's because my voice is gone between conference and the Chiefs game. Like, it's just gone. But this was, I think, my favorite conference I've been to yet. And I actually haven't said that every year. My first conference was the best one, and nothing lived up to it until this conference. This conference was just so good. And like everyone said, when Mark had us close our eyes, like, that was it. So I want you guys to do this with me. Okay. Close your eyes right now. Let's pretend that it is March. Wait, January, February, March. Yeah. We're going to say it's March. Okay. And you've promoted to the rank, whatever rank it is that you've been wanting to reach, whether that's ruby or emerald or diamond or double or triple or presidential or ambassador. Okay. I want you guys to imagine what it would look like to see previous paid rank, whatever that rank is, and then right next to it, the rank you just promoted to. Imagine seeing that. What is that going to feel like? What are you going to feel like? Are you going to be crazy excited? Are you going to be shaking? Imagine exactly what that's going to feel like. Now imagine it's the 8th of the month. You know you've already promoted to whatever rank that is that you've been working for. Imagine going into your account, logging into your account, clicking on your commissions tab and seeing for the first time how much money you made? Who are you going to call? Who is going to be there with you when you're opening up your commissions for the very first time and seeing your peak at a ruby paycheck, an emerald paycheck, a diamond paycheck, double, triple, prez, ambassador? What is that going to feel like for you? What are you going to be able to do? Are you going to be crying? Are you going to be jumping on the couch? Are you going to be screaming? Are you going to be without words? I want you guys to think about that. And the next time you start to struggle with whatever you might struggle, I want you to think back to this moment. I'm not good with words, okay? You guys can open your eyes now. I introduce myself every time and I say, hi, my name's Stephanie Spencer, and I'm socially awkward because I'm just not good with words. But Mark, when he did that, every single person in that room was crying. His was different. His wasn't talking about the paychecks or anything like that, but it's similar. Did that kind of get you guys freaking pumped for what's to come? Because that is how every single one of us felt. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because it was literally the biggest change for me. I've talked to Noelle for 3 years about being lost, about not having a why anymore. Of course, my kids are my why, but I didn't have vision. And until that moment when Mark was talking to us, and until the moment I finally was able to envision what my life would look like as a triple diamond, like I just did not have vision, and now I've found it. And I want you guys to know at conference, there were so many different types of people walking across that stage. They did such a great job of not showing the Pinterest, beautiful, model-esque type people who we usually see. We saw a woman who was a truck driver. She was like 60-some years old, Mama B. We saw stay-at-home moms. We saw career moms. We saw young people. We saw 30-year-olds like me. We saw every single type of person, personality, body size, everything you can imagine. And so many times in this society, we feel like we have to fit a certain mold to be a certain kind of person. And we think that, like, I want to be this, but there is no but. And they showed us that at conference. It doesn't matter who you are, what kind of person you are, what your body style is like, if you are preppy or if you're whatever, like, it don't matter. Every single type of person was there. So you guys need to start believing in yourself and know that if you can sit there and dream of what it would be like to open up your check as whatever dream rank it is, if you can imagine it and you can have that vision, then you can do it. You just have to stop holding yourself back and just go get it.
Oh my gosh, I have chills. I'm like totally tearing up when you had us do that. Did anybody else tear up? Oh my gosh, like seriously, that wasn't even compared to what Mark had us do, but just so good. So good.
Yeah, you know me, socially awkward, just killing it.
We were all bawling, you guys, the last day of conference. I swear, like, all of us had our eyelashes on and they're all like coming off, and I'm like, I need more glue. Like, it was just a mess. Like, I was like, no pictures because I have no eyes. I was like, you can take pictures from here down because I literally had no eyes. Like, I've been crying all day. It was crazy. It was so good. But thank you for sharing. Like you said, like, this conference was just, it was a game changer. It's totally a game changer. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk to one more person. She's been patiently waiting. Yvette V. Hill. Hey, girl. Is Sergio there with us? Because I would love to hear from him, too.
Yes, and I'll put him on. I left him right now so I can get a little bit of silence.
Okay.
But
so
can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, and I'm going to give you guys like just a really quick background on Yvette. I mean, she'll tell you, she's gonna tell you about last year and this year. But last year she went to conference and just like wasn't like fully plugged in. Like, she just went because she knew she was supposed to go, but she didn't like have the full conference experience. So this year was kind of your first year of like the full conference experience. But anyway, introduce yourself to everybody.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes. Are you in Walmart?
Okay. I'm in Walmart. Okay, so I am Yvette. I'm a diamond leader, soon to be triple diamond leader with It Works Global. I've been in the business for almost 2 years now, you guys. And yeah, like Noelle said last year, I just, we looked at it as a vacation, and we really were only there because we had to be there. Coming out of conference, I still got so much out of it. I went diamond, like when I came home from conference. So obviously it did something for me, but all the stories and all the different things that like I heard about conference, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel that. Like I was more like scoping it out and trying to see what was going on and how people were, and you know, seeing if I was going to get the vibe that I wanted from my tribe. And so anyways, long story short, conference was so different this year. Like I can't even put it into words how I feel, you guys. I like literally got chills over 50 times just in the 3 days that I was there. I literally was screaming at the top of my lungs, like every single time people were screaming, and even times when people weren't screaming. But it was just such a huge eye opener for me. Like, and I just have to tell you guys this, because maybe you're on here and maybe you've heard all these different people, because I know like so far, you know, this has like been a recap for us this week, and so many different people are talking about what they were thinking and what their more was. And so like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, like when we were doing that and I've heard all the different people's mores, mine's nothing like anybody's. And yes, I love my kids, and yes, I love my family, but when I close my eyes, all I can picture was Ambassador. All I could picture was a huge, like massive team of just people that are like on fire for this business, you guys. Like that was my more. And so it's really nothing like anybody's that I heard. And so I started thinking, and I'm like, is that wrong of me? Like, am I wrong for feeling that way? Like, am I wrong for having that vision? Can you do that, please? And then she wants to hear from you. And so I was like, no, I'm not. Like that's what God put in my heart. That's my desire. That's what I am running towards. And so I don't care what your vision was or what you might have thought, or, you know, what your more might have been. It's okay. Like you have permission to have your more, and don't let anybody steal that from you. Don't let somebody else's story get into your lane, because at the end of the day, there's a desire in your heart for a reason. So stick with that. Don't try to change it just because somebody else's is different. And I found myself all too many times, you guys, doing that in this business, but you don't have to, because right where you are, right what you're thinking, right where, whatever it is that you're standing in, there's a reason for it. So don't let that go into somebody else's story, or don't let that take shine off of your story, because I'm telling you, there's a reason for it. So that's just one thing. And I have a lot, guys. I'm going to try to do this really quick, but something else I want to tell you guys is, I love that Patty said this earlier, because it's so important. Really? Is Patty said it's falling. She said something about it falling apart. We're worried about it falling apart. You guys, I'm going to be straight up and real and honest and raw with you guys, and I really don't care. But my diamond crumbled, okay? It crumbled over the year, and people left, and I was devastated, and I literally crawled in a black hole and like did not want to come out. I didn't want to get out of bed, you guys, and I was upset because I couldn't work my business because of other stuff. Anyways, that's just an excuse. I could have still worked my business if I would have got my butt up, but I literally had to go through that. So much character was built during that time. And at the end of the day, God was removing people from my business that didn't need to be there, because he has a vision for me. He has a purpose for me. He has something. I can't even wrap my eyes around that. And so I might have thought that it was falling apart, but guess what? It was falling together. He was preparing me for what he's about to bless me with. And so we got to look at the positive side of things, and we got to realize that he may, do things, or things may happen in our businesses, and it might make, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? But you need to say, thank you, God. Thank you for closing those doors, so that way you can open new ones. You need to understand that his grace is just so amazing, and he's like, do not stop putting in the work. No matter what goes on, no matter who leaves, no matter who stays, no matter who's talking, no matter who's not talking, keep going and keep working as hard as you can because man, so if you feel that way, you need to get on your knees and you need to pray and you need to tell God, like, show me what you're doing. Give me faith. Like, that is something I've been doing so much, you guys, is asking God, give me faith. Give me faith, because sometimes I don't have it.
Okay, you there? Did we lose you? Walmart doesn't have the best reception. Sometimes.
I was totally thinking the same thing. I was like, Walmart, come on, step it up with that Wi-Fi.
Okay, well, we may have lost a bet. 3, 2, 1. We're going to have to bring her and Sergio on a different Zoom because Sergio, her husband, she's back on a different phone. We like totally lost you because your service is so bad. And I was just saying, Sergio was with you guys, again, his second conference, first conference he really plugged in. And he came home and he's like, literally, these two they're totally on fire together. They're working together. They're creating scripts together. He's doing host to post. He signed his first distributor today. Like, oh my gosh, what is going on with your hubby?
So honestly, like, there's so much that is about to happen and people are going to think we're crazy, and I don't care. Like, I am done making excuses. I am done. Like, I know what I'm worth, you guys. I know what I'm worth. He knows what he's worth. Like, we know that. The only thing that has standed in between us and the top of this company is action. That's it. The only thing that's standing in between you and the top of this company, if that's where you want to be or whatever rank you want to be at, is action. That is it. That's the only thing, you guys. And so I'm like, we just decided, like, we're like, okay, we're going to do this. Like, we are going to do this. We are going to make our life all about it works. And that's it. Like, that is what we need to do because we know the power of doing that. And so I'm telling you guys, stay tuned. If you follow me, cool. If you don't, you need to, because I'm telling you, big things are about to happen in this life of ours, not just mine and his, but our children's too. And people are going to think we're crazy, but I don't care. Like, this is an all or nothing thing from here on out. And like, I don't know if you've ever heard Chad say, but when you decide, it means death to all other options, which means we're going to do this or die. Like, there's no plan B. And so that's where we're at right now. And it's just so exciting, you guys, because he's so good at this, but he's never really hopped on the Zooms. He just has that type of personality that he can just pull people in, and he's not afraid to put in the work. Like, he's very green red, I think. And so that's what I need in my business, you guys. And so it's not about me. It totally is not about me. It's about helping millions. Like, I'm not trying to help thousands, y'all. I'm trying to help millions. Like, I am trying to make an unshakable team that is going to be massive and not just for me, because I know that if Noelle wouldn't have kept bugging me, and I'm sorry to put it that way, but you were bugging me and I was annoying. If she wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't be here, you guys. If she wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't be with my kids. And so that means so much to me. And I know that I might be that bug, but you know what? I'm there for a reason. And if they don't like it, they can kick rocks, because I'm not stopping. Like, I am just so excited, you guys. But yeah, so that's
well, I cannot wait to see you and Sergio on stage, because I know that that's coming. And yeah, we're going to have some VIP promotions pretty soon.
Oh, it's going down. And he's competitive, you guys. He's like, I got a distributor. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get two. So it's exciting. And it's
I have
really,
a feeling
really
there's
fun.
not going to be very much sleep in your house in the coming months.
No, like, he's been on his phone, you guys. And it's so funny because sometimes he gets really irritated with me and he's like, wow, so this is what it's like. And my kids like kept coming in the room today and they're like, wow, you guys are really serious about this, huh? And it's like, it's just so fun when you have somebody that you absolutely love to do it with. Like, man, I can't even tell you guys. But stay tuned, because big things are popping and it's about to go down. Like, this isn't even, oh man, I'm so excited right now. And I'm going to let him talk to you because our phones are both dead. because we've been on him all day. So
Okay.
let him talk to you guys just for a second. And I love you guys, and I'm just so proud to be such part of such an amazing team. Like, you guys are all great. And Patty, I love your green. Stephanie, you're amazing. I love the way you talk. You have the gift of talking. You just don't know it yet. And Tamika, I'm just so proud to be your enroller, and you're my cousin, and I love you. And girl, we're about to change the world. Seriously. So hold on. He's trying to run from me, but he's just joking. Here. He's stage shy.
Hi. You don't have to talk to us for too long, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Noel. How are you doing?
Congratulations on your very first distributor today.
Thank you.
Okay, give us just your favorite thing you took out of conference.
Okay. I need.
So my favorite thing was honestly the whole conference. I mean, we just the fellowship, and this time about it was just really well. I mean, it was just written really well, and Mark's speech is really well, and just really like inspiration and motivating, because yeah, I mean, I've been working full-time jobs, and obviously I still am going to till we decide to make our moves, but I've kind of been in the back shadows of like, okay, iffy about this, which I know a lot of people are, and not believing in certain parts of it. And I don't know, I mean, after conference this time, it was good. Like, I actually feel like I want to do it. And yeah, I had the day off, so I was, working all day and talking to people and texting, and it was nice. I mean, it's pretty simple if you actually do it. I mean, yeah, it's time consuming, and there's, you got to be able to have thick skin about people saying, no, it's not going to work, whatever. That's, you know what I mean? Not believing in it, but it doesn't matter, because I know that there's always that one person out there that is waiting for us to find them, like today, whenever we found one. And I don't know, like I said, conference was just good. It was good to hang out with the team and stay in the same hotel, and, the late nights of hanging out and just stuff like that. So it was a really fun experience. I look forward to next year's.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with us. I'm so proud of you guys. You're killing it.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited. Like she said, we have we're deciding what we're going to do in the next couple months, but we know that we're probably going to, do something bigger and get out of our hometowns. That's all I'm going to let you know. So look forward to that. And,
my house is always open.
And
if you guys are needing a road trip, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, she was talking to me about, possibilities, and we can't count you out. We'll just put it that way. But we do have a big family, so there's a lot of.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well, awesome. Well,
okay.
Thank you
Well, I'll
for
go ahead and
sharing. All right.
Thank
We'll
you,
talk
and
to you soon.
I'll get better at these Zoom things. Right?
I swear I love it.
All right. Well, you guys, I want you to make a mental note that you and your hubbies need to get to conference next year, and all corporate events, because they are absolute a game changer. And I can tell you from personal experience, hold on, I'm gonna mute this real quick. I can tell you from personal experience that is exactly what got my husband in the business. I literally was making $100,000 before he got to his first event. No, that's not true. He went to his first event in September. I was a double diamond, so I was making as much money as he was in his government job, and he still didn't get it until he got to his first event. And then even after that conference, that it was September to January. It wasn't until that conference in January that he really got it. Like, the smaller events are great, but there's something about being together corporately as an entire company with, you just get to see the heart and the vision and everything that entails it works, because it's not just this, and it's not just products, and it's not just stories. Like, there's so much more there. It wasn't until that first conference that a light bulb really went off. So start saving now. I'm telling you now, you have 11 months to save for your next conference. So start putting $100 away a month for your next conference, and make sure that you are there come hell or high water. Get your butt there. Get in a seat. It's so much fun. It will be completely life-changing, and you'll never forget it. So thanks for sticking this out with us, you guys, tonight. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.